What's up, guys? Here again, we got a review for the MKR3. See it on my hip there, got my player turned around. MKR3 handgun class weapon. We got the 4-star maxed out, level 25 out of 25. See it there. It is a semi-automatic, so obviously fire rate is going to be a bit slower. There's the thumbnail there. There's my player holding it. Got the scope on top once you hit 4 stars. And we'll follow our typical style of review here. Jump into a training match on Warehouse to start things off. And see, we're running pretty good. There's a good kill head-to-head there against Ace. See if the scope is any good. Obviously that guy kind of ran away, so not much we could do there. Got a bunch of people in the middle there. But you know, we're talking about the running. We got the light urban vest on, the Foxtrot helmet, and the assault pants, which is just my go-to setup. You know that already if you've watched my videos. But we are running pretty good with this, and you know, looks pretty cool holding it. Test out the range a bit here, see if we can pick anyone off. You know, obviously those are tough shots even with like an A500 under those stairs and stuff, but you know, I wouldn't expect to hit them with a pistol. You see we're getting a couple hits. Damage is really low from far away. You know, pretty hard to stay on the guy with a semi-automatic as it goes in this game. You know, fully automatic, high rate of fire, you know, is always gonna win. You know, obviously there's other stats play a role. You know, obviously if you have a huge rate of fire and, you know, 0 damage, obviously it's gonna be useless. But you know, if you have decent damage and you know, a high rate of fire, and you know, obviously you need to be accurate still, so you know, rate of fire can be a huge boost when it's accompanied by the other stats, is what I'm trying to say. You see there with the scope in, it's hard to follow at close range, hard to follow an enemy. You know, it's almost kind of a joke to put a scope on a handgun. You know, at a range where you need the scope, the damage is going to be so little that it's, you know, that you're never going to engage people that far away. And when you're close enough to do significant damage, you know, like right there, it's just hard, it's impossible to follow them when you're scoped in. You know, I'm just thinking, you know, I'm just going off the top of my head as I do in these voiceovers, but you know, what if you put like a red dot kind of sight on it, you know, or even just an iron sight that you could zoom in, you know, kind of like you're scoped in, but using the iron sights. You know, there's some different options. I mean, obviously that essentially it'd come down to being the same exact thing, and you know, just look a little different, but it just seems more useful in this sense to have, you know, one of those sights as opposed to a scope. But that was our training match. We went 9-2, saw it there. And just an interesting side note, I feel like training is about 10 times easier when you're running around with a pistol. You know, I'm not sure if that's coded into the game somehow based on the weapon you bring, the difficulty of the bots. But I notice all the time when I'm, you know, try it out for yourself. Equip like a 1-star, jump into a training match, and it just seems ridiculously easy. You know, obviously it's not so easy to the effect of, you know, I can get 40 kills with a 1-star weapon and do all my training with a 1-star weapon. Absolutely not. But you know, I farm with my 6-star Shamrock A500, you know, get 40 kills a game, and you know, the bots are hard, but you know, I still get those 40 kills obviously. But you know, I jump into a training match with a pistol, you know, I get 10 kills, but the bots are super easy. I don't know, just a weird kind of feeling. I don't know. Let me know below in the comments if you've experienced the same thing. It seems like it's the case. I don't know. Must be coded into the game. But let's see if we can do anything here. Jump into a multiplayer match. See, we got a HR2393. If I got those numbers right, I just saw him in the top left. There he is there. Got the headshot. He posts some YouTube videos. That's just how I know him. I've seen him on the forums as well. He's one of the few sniper players out there. He'll jump into some gameplay and do pretty well with, you know, some snipers, some chrome MK. I think he uses RS300 maybe. I don't remember exactly, but looks like he's using a far end chrome. But we're just running around. Pretty ambitious move on our part. Com 36 6-star. Interesting choice. I've been using mine in casual at the time of this voiceover. It's you know, it's extremely terrible. But you know, it's fun to switch it up, and you do get a sense of pride just to even kill someone when you're using it. So you know, if you got one laying around and you need to boost your ego, go out and get some kills with that thing. Make yourself feel good. But running around shipwreck, sneak up on this guy, try to scope out. Scope is completely useless. That was stupid. But we still got him. I guess I'll take that. You know, matches like this are a lot of fun, in my opinion. You know, this is, you know, no one's going insanely hard in this game. Obviously, you know, the other team has a Com 36, a far end, you know, I don't know what else everyone else is using. Try out the scope again. You see it just does minuscule damage from that far away. And we got him, no? We snuck up on him. But this match is a ton of fun, you know, everyone's just using, you know, no OP weapons, no, you know, crazy skinned weapons. Obviously the far end that HR is using is a chrome, and the far end is a great weapon, but for a lot of people they're just not that good with it. You know, HR is good enough with his. I'm not saying he's bad, but it's, you know, it's just never gonna be an A500. You know, it's just not that kind of threat. So you know, it's a lot of fun to just run around, you know, stay competitive using a 4-star maxed MKR3. You know, and I think HR as well started messing around a little bit when he noticed it was me. You see right there, he could have easily killed me. I don't know, more so just playing around. Sneak up behind on that guy, and you know, as for the MKR3, I recently saw a picture of the 7-star. I know a lot of people have seen that picture floating around. At least one person has it, obviously, which is insanely awesome looking. It's got kind of like a woodland type of camo pattern going on. Looks really awesome, but I would not recommend this weapon. The match you're watching now kind of gave me a false sense of hope on this weapon. You know, even in the training match that you just saw, you know, I was like, okay, you know, I could use this. You know, it was like, wow. But then like kills like that against Derek B 1130, or his HR just blew himself up at the end, I think. 6 and 5 in a, you know, pretty good multiplayer game there. Just a 4-star pistol running around, but you know, using the 4-star MKR3. I was saying that kill by Derek B. You know, something you gotta just remind yourself, like, okay, if I had my KG-18 in that situation, you know, I probably would have got that kill. So it's just that comparison. You know, it's like, yeah, the MKR3 is good, but then, you know, you get your hands on a KG-18 and you're just like, wow, how did I even play before? You know, and that's kind of where I was at with like the far end. You know, I pulled the 6-star out of a crate, used it. You know, it's practically maxed out nowadays. I still love it, still use it often. But you know, that was my weapon for a while, and then I pulled the 6-star Shamrock A500, started using that, and especially once I got like level 23, getting up there now, I'm around like level 30 with it. You know, once I got up there in the levels, I was just like, holy crap, man. Like, I don't know how I was using the far end before this, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that's kind of where the MKR3 is. It's kind of like the far end. You know, obviously they're both semi-automatic, not, you know, I'm not strictly comparing them on that sense. But, you know, MKR3 is just like, you know, okay, get some kills with it. You know, I don't you really use your secondary all that much in this game anyway, so it's like, who really cares? It's it's good enough to have. But then, you pull out that KG-18 or, Veteran or Chrome Edition especially, and you're just like, man, how was I using that MKR3? And, that's where I'm at with this gun. It was surprisingly good, but it's just not a KG-18, when it comes down to it. And obviously the MFX9 is almost as good as the KG-18. I've had that discussion a bit in previous videos, and we'll save the in-depths of that for some KG-18 or MFX9 reviews, which we'll have eventually. It takes a lot of time to build these weapons out when you're not, glitching out free weapons or spending thousands of dollars. But we'll have it eventually, and obviously the critical ops now is taking a bit of my time. I'm posting daily critical ops videos, daily after pulse videos, and it does take a bit of time, so we won't be having an insane amount of maxed out weapons reviews, but in due time we'll get there with all of them. But yeah, I mean, that covers our custom match gameplay. Maybe you got something out of it, maybe you didn't. At the end of the day, MKR3, the scope is absolutely useless. It's a joke, in my opinion. No reason for a scope. If you're in the range where you need a scope, the damage just doesn't do anything. And when you're in close where the damage is effective, it's just too hard to follow an enemy with the scope in. So up close, don't use the scope. You got to get really close to get kills with the MKR3. It is semi-automatic, so your accuracy is just paramount. It is a skilled weapon in terms of you have to have some skill to use it. It's not terrible if you don't have a KG-18. I would give it a try. Like I said, secondaries aren't used all that much in this game. I probably use mine more than the average player. I can confidently say that actually most people don't use their secondary at all, really. I get quite a few KG-18 kills, and now I got the launchers and all that. Well, I guess people do use launchers, but most people don't use handguns. But at the end of the day, the MKR3 is just not a KG-18, so just keep that in mind. Hopefully this review gave you something useful, and I'm not going to use it, so we'll just throw it in a combine here, get a random 5-star, burn some snipers and a SMG. Let's see what we get, and it's a 5-star PPM 19. Completely useless. I'm never going to use this thing, but at least it's a 5-star burner. We'll use it to keep working on some builds here. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Be sure to subscribe, and have a good day.